Good morning, little man. What you got there? You got some breakfast? Can you give Uncle a high five? Can you give him Nux? Yeah. You say tractor?
Tractor.
Yeah, tractor. Dad, this morning, he woke up and head way down south. We have some land that's like 40 miles away from the farm. And he went to look at that because tomorrow morning, the elevator's not going to open until noon for us. So he went down there to figure out which fields we're going to move to exactly when we move down there tomorrow. But some of them are still not all that ripe and some of them are ready. So I really wish those clouds would go away. They just appeared out of nowhere. Well, what the heck is this crap? It's foggy out now. I was just out here and it was sunny, mildly cloudy, and now we got this? That don't help dry beans out. Well, 30 minutes went by. The wind's picking up, and I got fog just about completely left us here, which is awesome. Hopefully it's really burned some stuff off. We can't wait. We got a play farming simulator here.
You betcha.
You really should make this a little bit easier to climb with your lunch. I think I'm gonna hit some grease zerks. I'm gonna hit the headers, the return elevator grease zerk. I might grab a couple 50s if I have time. It's looking like a disaster up in here. Don't worry guys, I actually had some time today and I packed a water bottle. What are you doing?
I'm trying to clean my cab some.
Keep your door closed when you combine.
I do.
JT, you don't know how to open the combine?
No, bro, that was the second time I've been up there in my life yesterday.
Wow, you really are a horrible farmer. Yeah, I know. It's okay, me too. So I really don't quite get the point why I'm doing this, but you wipe your butt every day even though you know it's gonna get dirty. That's kind of the same thing I'm gonna do here, even though it's just gonna get dirty in a few hours anyway. Not gonna be fun. I'm trying to go downwind or upwind or the wind that doesn't blow toward me. This is where windy days are really nice. And that blows away and not back at you. The top 3 jobs I hate most on a farm: blowing a combine off, greasing, and shoveling grain bins. I'm doing one of them right now.
The harvest crew is at full power now. We got Mom over there cleaning windows. We got Brandon down here blowing out cab filters and blowing cabs out. We got Preston over there leaf blowing off the headers so we can see our center drapers. I got JT down there helping me fill fuel. And Dad's off with trucks like always. That is not a fun job to be doing. You get all full of dust and itchy, and you chose to do it at the beginning of the day. John Deere, you need to figure out something better here. You have nowhere to put this thing. You gotta try and get this thing lined up straight with one hand. At the same time, holding the chain out of the way. Like, it just doesn't work. There's gotta be a better way.
So the only way I could maybe find this job somewhat enjoyable is if I had like a full radiation suit and mask where I was completely sealed up, then this would probably be fun. Otherwise I hate it because you just get itchy and dust in your eyes. It's just not fun.
JT's pulling the service trailer around, and I'm shutting all the back hatches to the combines as I make my way to the grain cart. This thing was full when we started. We're now on E. There goes 1,000 gallons of diesel. We got everything almost all serviced up and ready to go. I still hear a leaf blower going. I think that's all that's left. But our beans are just not quite there yet. They're dry, but they're just a little bit hard thrashing. So hopefully by the time he finishes up with the leaf blower, it should go.
I'm kind of blowing the combines off a little more because they got a lot on them. But how on earth does that much dust get up behind the cab of the combine? That is insane. Brandon, how is it your combine is so much dirtier than the rest of ours?
That's because I work harder, obviously.
Don't get so full of yourself. No, you're not. There, that looks substantially better in there. If that would have caught on fire, there'd be no getting this combine out. I mean, it would be gone. The other 2 combines were not that bad, but this, there, you could, it was everywhere in here. Brandon, it's not because you work harder.
Yeah, it is.
He thinks his combine's dirtier because he works harder. I think he's getting full of himself. You know, some say the hardest part about farming is like marketing grain or blowing off combines or whatever. I think they're all wrong. I don't know about you guys, but I think the hardest part about farming is not eating your lunch before 9 o'clock. It's a go-ish. They're 14.5%. Should only get better from here, so we're gonna start taking them. There's something about food when you're out in the field in the cab. Even when it's cold, it still tastes so good. Like, this is delicious.
So my header broke down 1 o'clock in the afternoon on a Saturday. Nobody's open anymore for some reason. So we called our sales guy, asked him if I could steal part off one of their heads. He said, yes, I need this spring right here. That's all. Let's get this spring on and hopefully it works now. Hooks on right here and hooks on down there, because when this thing moves, it's supposed to spring back and it doesn't. It just stays in place. Well, we've made about half a round so far and it's working. Hopefully we can get something done now. I've done a total of 4 acres so far today. He's coming in hot. We're full. There's no room left up there.
We didn't get cat beans, we're good to go. We're knocking acres out now. Our moisture is right where we want it now. It was a little wet when we started, but now we're a lot better. Well, right here is where I buried the air seeder this spring. The thumbnail's on a video down below quite a ways if you want to see that. That was fun.
I finished another field and moved here while I was at the elevator. So Dad's here to pick me up so we can bring the rest of the trucks and pickups over. This is how we move fields. Dad's taking off with the pickup, gonna meet me at the field, and then we'll get right back to you at the last truck. It's not ideal, but it works, I guess. It looks like there's a load on there.
Putting these 790s to work, this is some heavy, heavy soybeans. Now look at all that material coming in down there. Good yields too. Combining like this is a lot of fun.
1, 2 in this whole area here, which ain't bad at all. And then usually one last place I check is up under there, right where the sieve sensor is, to see how much is coming out of there.
Well guys, this is the thing I don't want to see when I pull up in the field. 3 stopped combines. I have no idea what's going on. I guess I'm gonna walk over there and find out though. So they're stopped because they're throwing a whole bunch of beans out the back end. And what we think the problem is our beans are yielding too good and it's throwing too much out the back. You can't get them threshed out enough. We're pulling some of these plugs out so it has more space to thrash them and get them out into the sieves. So we took the stoppers out and each went a little bit here. In an area this big, there was like 17 beans in it. And now I've got 4 beans and he's still got to make some more adjustments. He's just got a tiny bit fired up, so it should get a little bit better.
Here I ran into a problem. I was going along, looking at my yield monitor and looking at the beans I was combining, and it just didn't add up. They should have been yielding better than that. I got out to look, see what was going on, and it looked, we were throwing them all out the back. The combine was not separating them good like they should. We couldn't figure nothing out, We took those deck plates out as Cameron was kind of, or not deck plates, whatever you call them things, to help it thrash better, because they're kind of tougher beans. That helped, but we still weren't, we were throwing way too much onto the ground. So then after messing around with a bunch more settings, getting to different parts in the field, we just come to the conclusion that them beans are too tough, they're too wet, they're not ripe yet. I am now heading down south to the fields we're gonna head to tomorrow after this one was done and see which ones of them are the ripest. I don't know if these fields are gonna go. They look more ripe, they don't got those green spots in like they do back at home and that stuff. But the pods are so rubbery. I don't know what we're gonna do tomorrow. Thanks for watching, guys.